anybody to read. I feel like I've failed. It's meant to be read in less than an hour, and we've done a few sort of small structural things to try to accelerate the speed. For instance, you'll notice that this book here starts. I defy you to find another book in the bookstore that starts. Okay? There's no front matter, what publishers call front matter. You're legally required to put in, I found out you're legally required to put in 2 pages of front matter. You have to have a title page and you have to have a copyright page. So I said, great, that's all we're putting in, and we're not going to put it at the front. Why would anybody start up like that? It's like, hi, nice to meet you. Let me show you my Social Security card. It doesn't make it makes no sense. So this starts. It starts it's modeled after cinema, a cold open, where the movie just starts, a scene happens, and then we go to the title page. All right? Then the copyright page is the last page rather than the first page. And so that's meant for speed. You'll notice, or you might not, that there are no page numbers in this book, in contrast to most books. The reason for that is that it would break my heart if someone put a bookmark in this thing. If they had a slog, it was like such a slog. Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to put this down and read it along. So I don't even want people to even feel like they're allowed to do that. What page are you on? Page 46. Yeah, I'll start it. It's meant to be read in kind of one swift thing. And so I think if you understand how manga works and how powerful a medium it is, I think it would overcome that. And I think that's changing ever so slowly. Not instantly, but changing ever so slowly. And I think that publishers are beginning to realize that as well. So there's a graphic novel. There's a graphic rendition of the 9/11 report, for instance. So there are all kinds of things bubbling out there. Yes, sir.
Well,
microphone.
About your work philosophy.
My work philosophy. All right. This will be a first.
I've just got my first job.
Yeah.
And I only do it a couple hours a week.
Right.
Anyway, the people are really nice there.
Yeah.
But I like what the work they're giving me.
Yeah.
But it's not really my passion.
Right.
So is it still a good way of starting my life?
That's a good question. You know what? I don't know. I think this idea. I never use the word. When I write about work, or even talk about it, or even have this conversation with people, I don't ever ask the question. I hope no one ever asks me the question. What's your passion? Right? I kind of seize up when someone asks me, what's your passion? Because you feel like you have to give a really, really good answer. Okay? I like the question, what do you want to do next? I think that's more manageable and more doable and more actionable. And so, I think, don't worry if it's not your passion. Think about, are you learning something? Are you working with interesting people? Are you using your strengths and doing what you're good at? Those are the criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah? And how long have you been doing it?
A few months.
A few months? Stick with it a few more months, especially in this job market. I'm serious about that. Listen, when the whole financial system is melting down, it's like, I have to say, even someone who sort of, believes very deeply in self-actualization is like, okay, ixnay on the actualization say and get a paycheck.
It actually pays pretty well.
Well, there you go. So you're going. Just don't get looped into the inertia and the pure instrumentality. But that seems pretty good for now.
Yeah.
But if it's not, send me an email.
I'll move on to bigger things later.
Of course. Yes.
I'm curious your thoughts about the transfer of some of the most popular manga franchises in Japan, its ability to transfer and become equally popular in this smaller market, but still. Yeah. And the second question, I'm just curious, how likely do you think it is that the doujinshi model could be transferred or used by American publishers or other parts of the IP business?
On the first, your question is sort of how. Some of these properties have made a very nice transition. Bleach has made a very good transition. Naruto has made a good transition. Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note, a lot of those titles. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that they're pretty good stories. There are You know, I think we tend